Hello, my fellow hunters. Do you want to know what the most important thing to do in Iceborne is? Yeah, that's right. Capture all of the adorable, rare, and ridiculously cool endemic life! And then offer them to Tentacle God in the sky.
Yes, my child. Go forth and give me all manner of creature.
Yes, my lord. So, as you all know, I adore the endemic life in Monster Hunter. It adds this living, breathing layer to an already fantastically realized world. And if you didn't know that, well, you do now. And Iceborne has added a whole host more of these little critters, 5 of which are unbelievably rare and hard to find, and tied to very, well, because of that, difficult to get trophies/achievements. So let's capture 2 animals with 1 net and get, well, those achievements and some of the most incredible pets for you to keep forever in your lovely Celiana room. We are talking then the friendly pointer, which is the Arrowhead Gecko, the golden Gleam, which is the Goldspring Macaque, the sweet melody, which is the blue Diva, the Submerged mystery, which is the Sealords Crestfish, and finally the most beautiful of all, the celestial illusion, the Wintermoon Nettle. But before I start showing you where these all are and the conditions to make them appear, there's something you need to do first. And that is unlock your ingredients at your canteen that are new in Iceborne. And the reason you need to do this is because they let you stack 6 of them to get this fantastically helpful skill. Feline Zoomaster makes rare endemic life more likely to appear. And believe me, you do want this, because even with it, it's taken me near 12 hours to capture all of them. You know how many times I ran to an area on a map only to be disappointed? So, how do you get the ingredients required for this? Well, part 1, just complete the hunt quest chain for the Grand Meowster Chef, and she will give you, well, 3 out of the 6 that you need. And, obviously, who does not love the Grand Meowster Chef?
Give your meat a good old rub. That's it. Nice and hot. Hot and spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
The other 3 ingredients need a little bit more of an investment, but they're still very simple to come by. Go to your map and check if there is a surge in frozen foliage. If there is, well, go gather them, and in the gathering of these, with a little bit of luck, you will get 2 of the remaining 3 ingredients. It might take a bit of time, but it's very easy to do. Just repeat until you have them. The third one, you need to keep refreshing the map until the surge is Burr. Then you want to take yourself the long trip up the mountain and, well, grab yourself it. This will give you all 6 of them. You want to have all of them with a custom meal that you pay for with a voucher, so the skill definitely activates, and then you can head on your merry trails to grab yourself these lovely little guys. So, first up we have the lovely Goldspring Macaque. Now this is very easy, in fact by far the easiest of them all to get. All you need to do is head to the Hoarfrost Reach during the day, go to the spring in Area 2 and have a look. Walk in the area with your ghillie on just to be safe, leave your palico at home. For all of this, leave your palico at home, and if he's there, he will be sat proudly on the central rock, waiting for you to give him a new home. Now, he is very capturable. You don't even really need the ghillie. He's very slow even after you startle him, but you don't want to risk him getting away. He is fairly common, at least for rare endemic life, and if the event quest to capture 6 of these little furry friends is up, well, that is a fantastic way to get him. Just spam it until he turns up, and you are, well, golden. That one, not too bad. Next on the list.
Now which way do we go?
Pardon me. That way is a very nice way.
is the Arrowhead Gecko. This guy is fascinating. So what you need to do with him is the event quest that is gather 20 of the crimson fruit in the Rotten Vale that is currently up when this first goes out, but obviously is in rotation. Walk in the area Odogaron always comes out of with your ghillie mantle on, stick to the left and head up the climbable wall to this lovely secluded little area, and more often than not, honestly, I got him first time, I feel like it's guaranteed on this event quest, but in any given instance of the Rotten Vale, he very much could be here with a little bit of luck, and he will be sat there doing, well, what I'm doing, and pointing you in the right direction. Thanks, little guy.
You're welcome.
So you bag him up and you take him home, and he is beautiful. The luminescent turquoise scales, just breathtaking. Then we have ourselves this beautiful little bastard was by far the most irritating one for me, taking the longest to first show up. And the thing is, he's easy to check for. You just want to go to the camp nearest the mushroom patch in the ancient forest, and then turn around, walk like 10 feet, and have a look at the branch, and oh, he's there! And technically, you don't even really need the ghillie, but again, safety first, walk up and nab him. And that's just it. But actually getting an instance where he's there... Now, he does show up on other maps, Coral Highlands, Wildspire Waste, but they are a lot more involved, so you can just spam the forest, really. Though, I will admit, if you want to do a cycle, you can get the food skill and then just go to the forest, check. From the forest, go to the Wildspire, check. Go to the forest, check. Go back to the Wildspire, check, and just keep doing that loop over and over. In the Wildspire, you spawn at the first starting camp, run over to your left, climb up all the way to the highest point, and he will be perched halfway up the final climb. This area you can also find the gecko in, running up the wall and showing you what's what, so it's a nice little double up if you still have all of them to get. And really, the bird call of this thing is just incredible. It is well worth having it brighten your room. Following that,
there's always a bigger fish.
We have our Sealords Crestfish. This guy is a little bit more involved. What you want to do is go to the Hoarfrost Reach when the sun is setting. So the sun symbol has a little arrow underneath it. I found him the first time I checked at sunset. I tried at pure night about 27 bajillion times and he was never there, but sunset did the trick. Start at the shipwreck camp, head down and go to the poisony, creepy death cave and have a look in the pond. He is very distinct, he is alien looking, and basically you will know he is there. Whack your rod out.
Hey, phrasing!
And wrangle him in. You don't need any special bait or anything like that, and I was terrible at fishing and it took me like 3 tries to get him and he didn't run off or anything, so don't panic too much and just calmly bring him home. He is absolutely fantastic and one of the craziest looking fish I think out of all the Endemic Life.
Live to win till you die.
Following that then, we have the big one. The Celestial Illusion, the Wintermoon Nettle. Oh boy, so for this one, what you're wanting to do is go to the Hoarfrost Reach at nighttime while the conditions are clear. Then you are going to want to climb to the top of the mountain.
Live to win till you die, till the light dies in your eyes. Live to win.
If you see the smaller little jellyfish creatures on the way, the moon slugs, then that's a good sign, and technically from all the way down below you can catch a glimpse if it's there, but even if you don't see it, it still might be, which means you have to go check, and it's so Oh, it's a slog. It is such a slog. But we head up the mountain. And eventually, we do make it, and then you just kind of sit here, and he will slowly drift round, eventually getting into range, and then you can net him, and really he's too big for the net, which is fantastic, and he is by far and away the hardest, rarest of all the endemic life to get just full stop. The conditions, on top of just how little the chance of him appearing in those conditions is, there is a reason only 0.04% of people have this achievement so far. Do you want to know how familiar I am with this mountaintop? I named that bit of ore Jerry.
Hey, man.
Not now, Jerry! So, there you go, guys. That is your 5 endemic life. The process is all fairly simple. Get the beneficial food skill, go to the right location at the right time and weather, and hope for the best. But you are going to be spending a lot of time doing this, rotating around the maps until you get them all to spawn. I hope you found this useful, informative, and fun, not necessarily in that order, and I will see you soon for many, much more Iceborne goodies. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, hit the bell. A goodbye. Oh, and I do know about the mold digger things and the guiding lines, but that's a whole other set of ridiculously rare endemic life, and that will get its own guide. Don't worry.
Oh my god, how did they make the cutest thing in the game even cuter?
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.